Well, they can't all be District 9. Chappie stars Sharlto Copley as the voice of Chappie, Dev Patel, Hugh Jackman, and Die Antwoord or Die Antverd. I'm not sure how I'm calling him Die Antwoord, that's how I pronounce it. And it also stars Sigourney Weaver for about 30 seconds. Chappie is a police droid that gets damaged, and Dev Patel, who's the creator of those droids, is like, I got an idea. I want to take this damaged one. I want to see if artificial intelligence could work and he could think for himself and basically have like his own consciousness and be like a human, just more badass because he's a robot. And Die Antwoord are these terrible, awful people. They're criminals and Stop it up there. No respect. And Die Antwoord play these criminal scumbag assholes that are pretty much like Die Antwoord, except, yeah, they're criminals, and by reasons that put their life in danger, they decide, let's kidnap this droid and its maker, let's make it become a gangster, let's rewire it, make it help us commit crimes and be an asshole. And also Hugh Jackman's making the Ed 209, and yeah, that's what this movie is. It's basically a very powerful child being raised poorly by its parents and becoming a criminal. Yeah. Neil Blomkamp's always looking for social commentary and subtext. You know, this one is basically bad parenting, I would say, and it just lightly touches on like if AI is right or not and the ethics of that, and should artificial intelligence exist, and should machines have a mind of their own. Like, it touches on it, like that could be a big issue, but in this movie it's like, no, have you guys heard of Die Antwoord? We need to show you guys that for like an hour and a half. Because this movie could have been so much more than it was, you know, the ethics and everything of artificial intelligence, a machine becoming a pretty much living, breathing human being, just more badass because it's a robot, stuff like that. But no, it's basically Chappie, he gets reset, he's starting to learn, and then gangsters kidnap him and make him an asshole for most of the movie. Doesn't mean it's not a fun time. I mean, really, it's an entertaining movie, but it's just not a very good movie. Sharlto Copley is very good as the voice of Chappie, you know, and Sharlto Copley has been working with Neil Blomkamp for every movie now. I imagine he'll be an alien, because like Neil Blomkamp and Sharlto Copley have a better working relationship than like Quentin Tarantino and Feet. And Copley is very good. I don't know if he did like the mannerisms or anything of Chappie, or if that was just all CGI, but as the voice, he's very good. And Chappie's probably the only likable character in this movie besides Dev Patel, who's just a good guy that's like, no, Chappie can be so much more. He can be great. He can do whatever he wants. He's got the freedom to think and choose what he wants to be. So he's a nice guy, and everyone else is an asshole. Sigourney Weaver's in here for 10 seconds, so who cares? But Hugh Jackman, you know, he's got a mullet, and he's a big asshole. He's creating the moose. But it's not a moose, it's not his own creation, it's Ed 209, we all know it, and this movie is very derivative, you know, Chappie, the design with like the rabbit ears and all that stuff, like the face and everything is pretty much derivative of another sci-fi thing that I'm not aware. I think it's an anime thing I heard about, but like that, the Ed 209 is in here. The plot of this movie is similar to Short Circuit 2 where the robot becomes a gangster. I mean, this movie is derivative as hell, but it's entertaining, you know. Die Antwoord, I want to talk about them because I don't like the band, you know, I'm not a giant Die Antwoord fan, but I gotta say, they could have been worse, I guess, because Ninja, the dude, he's pretty unbearable. He's an asshole in this movie. He's so unlikable, and then at the end they try and make him likable. It's like, it's not even working. He spent 90% of the movie being a dick. He's a dick. Yo-Landi, the girl, she's more likable because she tries to be like a good mother to Chappie, even though they're both just taking advantage of him because he's a robot and they want to use him to commit crimes so they don't get their asses killed. They try their best, but it is basically, it's ill-suited parents corrupting what could be a brilliant mind. So it's like, you don't want him to be with them because they're assholes and they're bad for him, but they're trying to be good parents even though they're failing miserably. But yeah, some of that horrible, like just awfulness that they make Chappie do is kind of entertaining. He's throwing ninja stars, he's beating people up, and yeah, it's bad, but some of it's just funny in a darkly comedic way. There's some fun in Chappie being an asshole, but for the most part it's like, it's not really the movie you want, because you know they could have done better. They could have tweaked a few things. We could have had a lot less Die Antwoord, because it's not that they're asshole characters, it's that they're not particularly great actors. They're alright, But it's a Diant word overload, Diant word overdose, I would say, because he got them, every scene they're in, there's Diant word music playing. It's playing throughout this whole movie, and they're constantly wearing Diant word gear. Like Diant word shirts and all that stuff. It's like, okay. It's like Neil Blomkamp was a little bit more than just overindulgent in Diant word. He just like threw it everywhere. This might as well be called Diant word the movie featuring Chappie. It's pretty bad when you can say the harshness of the product placement is more subtle in a Michael Bay movie, but it's true. And Neil Blomkamp generally, like with District 9 specifically, and Elysium to a certain extent, he has like good social commentary and thought-provoking movies. And it's like, yeah, it's intelligent, it's interesting sci-fi, makes you think a little bit. And Elysium, like lesser than District 9, but this one even less so. It's like, he's got all these great like thought-inducing questions, but then never really touches on them. It's like, just put it in the movie just the teeniest little bit, but no, let's do Diant word everywhere. You know, even the cool aspects like, oh, he's gonna learn from cartoons, he's gonna learn from He-Man, Chappie's gonna learn how to be a good person by He-Man or something. No, that's in there for about 2 seconds. Like really, this movie is a big missed opportunity, and just like what they did kinda sucks. Hugh Jackman is barely in this movie, so underused. You wonder why he even did the movie, actually. Dev Patel, too. It's like, they've got Dev Patel and Hugh Jackman. There's like the story there, but they're not developing or doing anything with it, and it's just all being squandered on Chappie robbing people and breaking cars. And you sort of like Chappie. He's a nice character, and your heart breaks for him a couple times in the movie, but God, this movie just kind of sucks. I would give Chappie a C+. This movie was really pretty much a misstep, but it's not ruined me on Neil Blomkamp. Like, he's gonna do a new Alien movie, and I'm still excited for that. And I have faith that Neil Blomkamp can make that movie good and awesome. This movie, it kind of felt like Neil Blomkamp was trying to make a movie, and then he kind of got lost in there. And by the way, Diant Word had a gun to his head saying, you put a lot of our stuff in this movie or we're gonna shoot you. So yeah, comment below, tell me you thought of Chappie, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.